Hey guys, welcome back to most frequently asked question for API testing series. So next question is, what is REST? REST is a one types of the API, right? We have discussed in the last one of the question that what is the types of the API, and it is a most frequently used API, right? So what is REST? REST stand for representational state transfer application programming interface. Is a different the way of the different software application to communicate each other. So I have discussed what is API. So API means we are communicating between one application to another application. I have given you the example as well, right? If you guys remember that, right? So we have a many example, right? So if you missed the previous session, please watch, you will get more clarity. Okay, and with each other for internet using a standard web protocol like HTTPS. So this is your stateless. What do you meaning of stateless? The server does not remember the previous request. Means no session state is stored on the server. So that is called a stateless. I will give you also one of the question frequent asked question difference between the SOAP and REST. So we will discuss in the coming session. Here we have a resources where we use here. So we have a different types of the HTTP methods. So we have a get method, then we have a post method. Get method means it will retrieve the data. Post method means it will create a data. Put method means it will update the existing data, and delete. So it will delete the data. Understood, right? And we have a uniform interface. Uniform interface means URLs, right? Uniform resource locators. So I will just give you one practical example of get, post, and put and delete. So I have one example. So if you don't know how the postman works and all the setup, so you can follow my API testing series, guys. So we have around 46 video I have uploaded. Okay, so where we have discussed the practical part in the depth, so you can just go through that, how to download the postman. So in this session I'm not going to tell you to how to download, but for the get, right? So get, so we have a one simple API in my system. So this API will have a information about of this is your postman API. So what this get method will do, this get method will retrieve the data from the server. Okay, understood, right? So you can see in my system we have a workspaces, right, which is not retrieving the duplicates data. So it will retrieve the all the workspaces. Okay, so suppose if you are going like, so if you will go for the make my trip, right? In the make my trip, here you are going to search the flights, right? So you have to give some information. These information will give, right? So suppose you want to search something, right? So you want to retrieve the data, right? So you can see here Hyderabad to Bangalore, and this is we have. If you are going to search, right, it is going to hit the request. So we are retrieving all the flats, right, which is available. You can see here. So we are sending the request, and we are getting the response. But in the back end we will use this, so here you can see when I will this is the your URI. If I will press send button, it will give all the information. I'm getting the 200 status code, and you can see it. So we are getting all the workspaces. So this is your retrieve the data. Understood, right? So we are retrieving the data. Post method. Post method means we are going to create. So suppose you are the new users, right? Or you are going to like you are giving some information like you are going to register on this and you are going to booking the tickets. So they are asking some information, right? So we are going to create a ticket. You are going to buy the ticket. So if you will buy the ticket, you want some information, right? So here we don't have a handy API for make my trip. Okay, that's why I'm giving you another example here to understand the concept. So now we have a post. So you can see what the post method will do, create a data. So I want to create a new workspace. Okay, so we have to give the request. Right? You can see this is my some information. So workspace name. So I'm just going to change this test API demo. Okay, API demo. And this is the information. We are going to create a new workspace. You can see I have used post method. Understood, right? So when we hit this, and you can see the workspace is created, and they have given the one specific ID as well. So if you will check here, right, so whatever the workspace we have created, you can see this workspace is created. This is the post method. Okay, sorry guys, it's we have to go in the collection. I took 1 second. I think we have moved in this. So this is my collection where we are working on that. Okay, understood, right? So this is created the another workspace. Okay, so this is about of your post method. And now put method, I want to update the existing. So you want to update, like suppose you want to change this workspace name, right? You are going to update the existing data, then we can use put method. You can see here. So in the put method, so here which workspace do you want to update, right? So I need to give this. So I'll give this ID here. Okay, so I'll copy this ID, and if I will copy this, so we have a put method. So here I'm going to update this. So you can see the existing workspace name. So I'm just writing here, please update. Oh sorry, we have to update here, right? This is your request body. So here I'm just writing update demo API. Update demo API. Okay, so now just click on send. So you can see it is updated, right? You are getting new ID, right? So this is updated. And now we have a delete. I want to delete this workspace, so we will use delete method. So remember the concept. In your real time you will get a different scenario. So when you will get the API work, right, API task, right, so you have to need some data. So you can see this all the data you have to required. So developer will give you all the data. You have to create a data also using the request specification documents. So we are spec doc, so accordingly we can create a data and we can start to validate. And now I want to delete. You can see I'm showing you all this method here. So I want to delete this, and you can see now it is deleted as well, and we are getting 200. So if we will retrieve, right, okay, so if we want to show here this one, you can see it was deleting all. I want to show here, you can see it's in the get method. So you can say it's showing workspace not found because this workspace is deleted, right? So if someone will ask you guys, this is the simple answer. The people are struggling to explain this: get, post, put and delete, and these are the method we use frequently in your REST API. Okay, so we have a many examples. So I have given some example as well in the real time. So imagine you are traveling, booking the website. I have shown you make my trip. You can say take another example as well. Okay, so in the last video I have given the different types of the example. So you can see a website front end send the get request to the REST API and fetches the available flights data from the server and return into the front end, right, which the display the flight options to you like this. So I'm just try to relate what I am showing you in my document. You can see this is your get method, right? And post method, if you book the flights you have to give some information, right? So send a post request to the REST API and create a new booking in your server database. Okay, that's all in this video guys. So we will upload many more video in the coming session. If you are new in the channel, please subscribe and press bell icon. See you in the next video. Bye bye.